for years, it's Happy. Against him goes the Spanish champion, the Matador, VortiX.
Okay, we got the intros done, Remo, and this is a surprise. What you see on screen, not so much. VortiX, Cryptlord, that was almost set in stone, but look at the cheeky Happy. He does it again.
Yeah, he plays the Cryptlord here. I was kind of expecting him to mix it in on some maps, especially Echo Isles, where it seems like you cannot move away from Cryptlord. But Last Refuge is supposed to be a good DK Fiend map because you can harass the Cryptlord really well. Either the Cryptlord goes for the fast expansion and then you can steal last hits very well with the coil, or he takes a slower approach with the green outside the main. Then the DK can go for the High Priest, get maybe a lightning shield there. It is a good DK harass map, but Happy still plays the Cryptlord, and I think that's pretty cool. Cryptlord's still my favorite hero, and I think makes for very interesting undead mirrors, and quite interesting indeed here, isn't it? Happy in the group stages against X-Lord played all the way through standard DK Fiends every time. He lost that series. Did that maybe shake his confidence? Does he now feel he's not unbeatable in standard versus standard anymore?
Well, it doesn't really apply here, right? Because he knows that this is not gonna be standard versus standard. He knows that VortiX is going for the Cryptlord because he always does. And of course, Happy always scouts. So this is more a testament to the refound strength of the Cryptlord than it is against his DK. And we saw the first little move here, VortiX, with a picture-perfect surround. Could be more of that. Happy losing the Acolyte right away. VortiX is the first one to expand, at least with the Ziggurat there. No Haunted yet. And now the Beatles clash.
Impale here can have sick value, but mana is low, especially on Happy's side. VortiX comes in with one Impale right there. One Ghoul might be going down. Oh my god, don't tell me he saves that. No, Ghoul does go down. VortiX bringing in more of his own Ghoul reinforcements. It's a big attack right here. Impale by Happy also coming through. Only hits 3 targets, which with this mass is definitely quite low. The goal here, of course, is to protect the expansion with this little brawl. VortiX finds another surround there. Almost gets the Ghoul. Happy blocks himself a little bit, perhaps a tiny mistake. But most importantly, even if ghouls are going down here, the expansion is not cancelled. So I guess Happy is happy about this. And in fact, we have VortiX across the map, not even going for an expansion. It's a ruse. He's got double crypt. This is all in push with mass ghouls.
Wow, we start the best of 5 series with absolute chaos. Happy is bringing more and more ghouls, but VortiX goes for the surround, gets the surround, level 3, a little bit of extra HP. Does he have to force the TP here, or can he fight out? He's blocking himself just a little bit, but oh, he's closing it again! The third surround of the day for VortiX in just 4 minutes 30 seconds. TP forced, and the pressure increases.
Dude, great surround right there. Happy opened up that surround like 3 times or something, and VortiX closed it again every time. Very, very well done.
The expo isn't done yet. The Narrow is up, alright. Is there enough damage to kick this building? This is what Happy's strategy relies upon. He's not focusing it though.
He walked into the creep camp. Sometimes when you right click over to the expansion, you automatically walk in. Didn't control that perfectly. Another surround, another kill. That's level 3 for the Crypt Lord here.
VortiX getting closer and closer to the W. Happy is in trouble if he's getting surrounded one more time. And there's a block. There's a wonderful block. Surround again. If the Crypt Lord dies, what can Happy possibly do? Well, at first, he's getting out. But what about that expo?
Yeah, very hard now to engage in. But with the narrow tower here, also Happy can pressure the enemy Crypt Lord, who's quite low HP now already. Happy still has the Ritual Dagger. It's not that much healing, but it's a bit of healing. He's going to use that here soon. Well, he's getting surrounded again on the way back to the Blight. He thought he was going to safety, but no, he was not. He was going to the grave, but it's a counter surround as well. And that's probably going to force the TP.
Oh, yes, he's sending the ghouls to the trees. They will not portal. Wait. Oh, he sent him back. Was that a mistake?
Yeah, he gave them a new command too quickly. So they did TP back. He could have left them there had he left them on that command, but well, now everything's back in the main. A moment for Happy to breathe. He should have realized by now, I guess, that it's double crypt. and Happy's answering with his own double crypt. Of course, soon he's going to be able to produce much more thanks to this expansion, so there's a lot of pressure right now on VortiX to get stuff done.
He needs it indeed. Telestaff, Crypt Lord back from the tavern. That was, of course, super expensive. Can he get more fortification here? The static defense standing at one narrow tower. Reveal used to take care of the beetles. But here's a new group of ghouls. The staff's on cooldown. He's got to be careful. VortiX healing up as well. 100 mana for him to use. Experience lead is with the Spanish champion. And the numbers... 40 supply for him, 27 for Happy, but how much supply is a narrow tower?
Happy also doesn't necessarily have to defend this expansion. If he loses it, it's okay, because VortiX doesn't have a transition. He's just tier 1 mass ghouls. It's not like there's a strong army coming, but Happy's still going to try to hold on to this expo, but against so many ghouls, it's damn hard. Happy's getting more ghouls, pooling them in the main. The goal here is delay as much as you can at this expansion, buy as much time as you can, then at some point come in with the ghouls and save the second base. But if you have to, give it up.
VortiX is not going for another Ziggurat. That might be a mistake. He can't go up to 50. And now he's trying to get the narrow tower. No Acolyte to save this. Two groups of ghouls, the StarCraft skills, and the Ritual Dagger to heal the group back up. And this narrow tower is done. And this is Happy. Supply stuck as well. And this is the expansion falling. Nobody is attacking. Both are massing. But VortiX takes the lead.
So unusual, dude. Game remains on tier 1 forever. So extremely unusual in nowadays' meta. Normally everyone always techs fast, at least to tier 2. But with the Crypt Lord Beetle craziness, that is not the case here. A breath of fresh air compared to what we usually see. And now VortiX pushes forward. He just killed the expansion. If he can kill the main base, obviously he wins this game. But this one is going to be harder to take out.
To be honest, he didn't kill the expansion. He just left it there. He's expanding on his own upper left-hand side of the map. Happy is coming into the fend. If he can kill the Ziggurat, it would be huge, as Happy would still be supply stuck. But guess what? He found the Scroll of the Beast! A perfect impale every single unit! Oh my god, VortiX! But Happy was so ready for that. Scroll of Healing.
Yeah, that Scroll of Healing here making a world of difference. There's one more impale now. Oh, the Crypt Lord getting surrounded! Happy suddenly gets the enclosing circle on the Crypt Lord, and now VortiX has to respond with his own hero kill. Who's going to die first? Happy has a telestaff. He's getting out. Kills off the Crypt Lord is low level 4.5, but there's still ghouls inside his main. Some acolytes might be falling, but Happy has plenty of spare acolytes.
Insane start. Happy always finding the way out, just like last time on Echo Isles when he was facing VortiX's pressure. He's not crumbling. He is close to level 5. VortiX, do you have the gold for the Tavern Revive? The resources are just not there yet. His mining at the upper left didn't start yet. And Happy's Expo was never kicked.
Yeah, that's something VortiX is gonna regret real soon. He had so many beetles and ghouls, he could have killed it so fast, but he thought, no, I have the advantage, I press on, I go into Happy's main. I'm gonna try to kill him right now, go for a quick punch and knockout, but that didn't work. Happy now with level 3 beetles. Not that much mana, though.
Side. No dispel on VortiX side, of course. The beetles still pressuring here. The tally staff, the heal scroll. Every item that Happy uses saves the game over and over for him. Will we see more surrounds? Will we fulfill the Olympic rings? So far, both Crypt Lords out of that fight here.
It seemed like VortiX played this game from a bit of a leading position for a long time, but now is Happy with the lead. Happy played from behind extremely well, even with the hero loss. Was able to keep pressing forward. Now VortiX, how does he play from behind? He has a tough task here dealing with these beetles, everything that Happy's throwing in. VortiX has now lost the supply lead, and these level 3 beetles against ghouls. How are you supposed to deal with them?
They're unbelievably strong. That is absolutely true. No transition, no tech. Just a pure faith and belief in tier 1 undead mass. But that is also the question. How does he get mana? He can't. Has to send a lot of ghouls back.
So many kills here. Going Happy's way in the meantime. He's reinforcing his expansion. He's going to be fully mining there. VortiX needs a big play to finally relieve this pressure off of his side. But how is he going to do that? He can't go for an impale surround. He has very few units. There's no kind of tech at all. We're still tier 1 only. It seems like Happy's about to choke him out.
That surround, dude. Unbelievable. Well, speaking of surrounds, that was close. Giving it up again. Happy about to choke him out here. But not happening. He can't fight out. With this level 5 Crypt Lord, he can fight out. VortiX, can you? Oh, Impale! Is that? Yes, it is! Fatal damage done. The win goes to the Emperor.
And Happy does it again here. Under all the pressure in the world, on the brink of defeat, he stays in it. There was one single move. After he lost his Crypt Lord at the Expo, one single move could keep him in this. And that was counter-targeting the Crypt Lord of VortiX. He goes for it, forces the town portal, from there survives, and somehow he claws his way back in this game, even though on paper, he had been tricked. VortiX going for the double crypt, surprised Happy, was not ready. It felt like he should have lost. Games like this that he should lose, somehow he finds the only win condition that he has and wins them.
That's the case for Hitman in the Americas. That's the case for Happy here in Europe. VortiX, can he find new ways to break him? He needs to. Best of 5 continues after a little break. One mistake, that's all it takes, and Happy chops your head off. If VortiX is not moving the ghouls back in, if he can't kill the expansion, how does this game go? We don't know. What we do know is VortiX made one mistake and Happy wins the map. Todd, as a competitor, we've seen this yesterday in the Americas as well, where Insub had a wonderful game 1, and it was so competitive and so close, but not winning that, when you have a situation where you think, okay, this must be my map, and then you don't get it, is that breaking you mentally somehow?
Yeah, this is rough. This is like a very hard one to somehow brush aside and say, okay, this was just a mishap. No, this was not just a mishap. This was a really big mishap. But VortiX needs to stay in it mentally, and he's going to have to find a way to completely move past that first game and refocus for game 2.
That's exactly what we do. We move onto Happy's map. And you guys in chat, you have 5 seconds to guess what Happy's map is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go Northern Isles. Happy's home turf, Remo. He picks it again.
As so often deems it to be the best undead map in all matchups. It's what he said. Not exactly relevant for Undead Mirror, I suppose, but we still see it here. In fact, we have seen in the past that the DK harass against the Crypt Lord here can work out well, especially with the Dark Ranger follow-up. But guess what, Neo? It's a ghoul build. It's probably a Crypt Lord again. Is it Papa Roach?
I see
Hell
that.
Yeah, it is.
I see that. It is the same story. It's just like in summer in the quarterfinal against X-Lord. When you don't expect him to go Crypt Lord, he does it. The secret weapon of the Emperor. Now VortiX.
How does he make his decisions like that? Like, how does he choose when to play Crypt Lord and when not to? I mean, is he just guessing that VortiX is expecting standard? Is that it?
I guess that's what we have to ask him later. I don't know. Maybe he feels safer. If he wins, of course. Well, we can ask him in Discord anyway, right? Maybe not the best moment after a lost semifinal to ask him then, but yeah, it's interesting. Maybe he just feels it's safer. I think if he's of the opinion that he can dominate, he would always pick DK Fiends. But this is almost a sign of respect for his opponent that he's going Crypt Lord.
Yep, last season it was against X-Lord in the round of 8. Here now it's in the semifinals against VortiX. Of course, remember, last season it ended in a 3-0 for Happy in a very impressive fashion. This time we have mirrored creep routes. Last game, it was VortiX going for the instant expo creep, faking a super fast expansion, but then coming in with a double crypt. That almost worked, but not quite. I feel like VortiX is willing way more than most other undeads in Europe to be hyper-aggressive. We saw that as well against Human, where he would go quad crypt with mass gargs and ghouls. He is not shy and doesn't shy away from all-ins, is what I should say. One of the very few who doesn't. Are we gonna see that again? Or is he gonna expand for real this time?
That's the question, right? We don't see a second crypt this time. Do we have an Acolyte nearby? Do we have an Acolyte moving in? Yep, the Scout Acolyte. Double purpose now. Well, not a little bit of scouting and, of course, constructing. It is 2 base opening this time.
Claws and gloves. Very good for VortiX. Happy. Oh my god. Well, that's double mana. That is the dream. 355 pool now against 225. Big advantage for Happy.
Yeah, VortiX will see that and maybe abandon the push, as it's gonna be 3 sets of beetles more, I believe. Usually, he saw that perfect impale by VortiX on Last Refuge, and he does like, I can do that too. Let me show you how it's done. And with everything so hurt, you can't go for surrounds. You can go for a straight up fight. Happy is already, after 4 minutes, in a commanding position.
Alright, VortiX needs to bring ghouls in from the main as well now, like he did last time. Last time on map 1, he was a lot faster with this, and with that was able to swing the fight in his favor. This time they seem to be a little late. Happy again lining up the perfect impale. Holds on to the mana though. Getting impaled now himself. Nicely done! With the ghouls coming in, kind of like a militia flank. He threatened the surround, but Happy spikes his way out of there with an impale. Narrow tower about to finish, and then surrounds for a player like VortiX should be easy. Happy has to be careful about his first hero, but actually gets level 3. And now we have the level 2 beetles.
Can he kick this? He's going for the surround again. VortiX is Happy trying to block out, but that is not working. Or is it? No, it's not. Expo cancelled though.
That is so much time bought. It was extremely close to finishing as well. That's 2 minutes pretty much that Happy buys for himself to be economically ahead. He's got his expansion finishing now. Only thing Happy needs to do, it seems like, is hold on, slap down at the second crypt, and go mass ghouls again. Might be the right call.
Phew. VortiX's surrounds are flawless, though. Jesus. This was the first thing we pointed out in summer when he played his first round match versus Neutron, and he double surrounded, not on one screen, but on two. Usually we always praise one for this, but VortiX is on a different level, it feels.
Yeah, it's been doing this really, really well. In this case, with the Impale and the Narrow, it wasn't even so hard, but especially on the first map, he got so many vanilla surrounds. Very impressive. No Haunted. VortiX is again putting himself in an all-in position. And what now? He's going to have the goal to expand again soon enough, in a few seconds. But is that still in time, or is it too late?
It's an interesting situation because both are refusing to tech. We haven't seen a single tier 2 attempt in this best of 5. And both are going double crypt again. I don't know if Happy saw that earlier and it's a reaction to this, or if he did it without knowing. But this, of course, great. Double production helps in this defense, otherwise VortiX could be flooding your expo before it pays off.
Yeah. Happy went for the telestaff. Very smart. He doesn't want to get surrounded and killed too easily again. In fact, it's Happy looking for the surround. Gets it on the Crypt Lord. Does he have enough damage to force the TP, or can he fight out? I doubt VortiX can fight out, but he's looking for as many kills as he can. Whew, that Impale was scary. Perfectly timed TP by VortiX. Otherwise, that stun may have led to a kill. But Happy holds on at the expansion, still fully mining. And VortiX is still not expanding. VortiX is ultra all in.
And he's still only at 3 ziggurats. Now he's expanding, but Happy is already on the way. 6 beetles. The beetle boss himself buys a circlet.
A player's forces are under attack.
And let's go. Let's kick this again.
He was actually trying to expand now. That seems quite late, and guess what? It just gets cancelled.
It's desperate. That's what it is. Maybe it works if Happy sits at home, almost like just focusing on defending. Then this might work behind the push, but you're facing Happy. It's not.
In flies the Crypt Lord with the telestaff. Happy now knows as long as he defends here, he's in a wonderful position.
If you would tell someone that we see double Crypt Lord, mass ghouls in a mirror, and ritual dagger as actually a useful item to one like a year ago or something, straight jacket immediately. Impale battle, huge damage here. And VortiX again.
VortiX tried to reach the Crypt Lord over there. He knew the staff was on cooldown. A hero kill there could have been marvelous, but Happy played around the range extremely well. And with the boots also, that was a little easier to do for the Russian. Losing 2 ghouls though, that was that double surround that we saw before by VortiX. Getting more experience, very close now to level 4. So is Happy. Still not tier 2, no potions. Happy gets the level up though, and its expansion seems to be safe.
It's just so much stuff everywhere. Level 4 for VortiX now as well. A little bit more mana saves it. 4 more beetles, of course. There is a little bit of a harass in the north. Happy deflected this in the south. This is as StarCraft-esque as a Warcraft game can be, of course, with 2 former StarCraft pros. And the first tier 2 tech of the series here.
And Happy does it in his face as well, feeling very confident now. Indeed, he killed off so many ghouls, got tons of experience, getting closer now to level 5. Doesn't even have spirit towers yet, but Happy has an army big enough, especially with the beetles coming in. Maybe a surround could be threatened once more. Whew, that was very close. VortiX calls for the GG, like that. Happy takes the 2-0.
What an absolute beast. I mean, I think there was a slight misread at the end where Happy thought that the expo had been remade, but other than that, it's just flawless. Like, I think he even realized that there was probably going to be an attempt. He was like so many steps ahead when he was at the expo of VortiX. He was like, you're probably going to go for the surround as soon as this ice tower finishes. I can't really prevent that, so I'm just going to go for the gold mine and TP out at the last second.
Yeah.
Thanks to the brand new dagger, can replenish a little bit of hit points. I know that'll make you happy, Remo. And then after that, just he only had to get the defense on his expo. and timed out an impale that forced the town portal in combo with the surrounds. If you're VortiX right now, it's like, how do I beat this guy? Like, standard, it feels like nobody has much of a chance other than X-Lords. Crypt Lord against Crypt Lord is just insane. What do you even do?
And this is something that especially X-Lord talked a lot about in the past, right? Saying, yeah, everyone says Happy's micro is so good, and it is, but it's not just that. It's his decision-making where he always knows exactly what to do and always makes the right call in the game. And I think we see that here as well. Just the way he reads the game, his intuition for the game, Happy always does the right thing, along with scouting and everything, of course. But yeah, the fact that, you know, out of all the top undeads in Europe, Happy probably played half as much Crypt Lord, maybe less, maybe 20% as much. But he's perhaps still the best Crypt Lord player in Europe.
Perhaps. In summer, Happy took the 2-0 lead, and then it was VortiX's time to churn it up. He needs that again, otherwise he's out, and Happy plays back-to-back finals. Will that happen? See you in 3 minutes. Back to the first semifinal of the European region, which could be over in what, 10 minutes? Happy takes the 2-0 lead, 300 miles per hour. But now, it's Echo Isles. And Remo, would you give us a little history lesson of what happened last time these two faced on Echo Isles?
Yeah, this was last time where Happy conceded, okay, Crypt Lord here is pretty damn strong. I'm also going to have to play Crypt Lord. So we saw a Crypt Lord mirror leading into 2 base, and it was a very long, drawn-out game. In fact, it was VortiX taking a big lead in that match, and there was an onslaught against Happy's expansion for like 10 minutes straight, where with every push, it seemed like this was gonna be it, this was gonna be it, now VortiX wins. But every time, Happy held on by the skin of his teeth, by some miracle. As so often, you can get ahead against Happy perhaps, but killing him, that's something else. Can he do this now? Finally get the victory here on Echo Isles? VortiX needs to, unless he wants to drop out here 0-3.
Correct. Whew, okay, from now on until the rest of the series, it's do or die for the Undead in yellow. The brother of Lucifron, can he get a big title to his chest after the Spanish Championship? Looking dark, looking grim, but there's always hope for VortiX. Many championships under his belt. The dominator of the scene is Happy.
It's Crypt Lord again, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Crypt Lord Ghoul build by Happy, and VortiX opening up with a fast Fiend build. This seems to be becoming more and more popular on Echo Isles. This is exactly what was played yesterday by X-Lord versus Krav, where X-Lord went Fiends with Crypt Lord, and we see that here now by VortiX as well. The strength on this map specifically is you can creep up very fast with the green camp, double into level 2 if you want, but perhaps even better, you can go green into Marketplace, then move across the map, get level 3, and move into an aggressive position. This strat still hasn't been shown too much yet in tournament games, but X-Lord showed before that it can work. Happy scouts it early, and now this has to be adjusted on the fly. I'm pretty sure Happy has never played this strategy right now against that strategy of the opponent.
It's really impressive how many different strategies VortiX has to open up with. And let's see, maybe that is the surprise he needs. A little bit more standard, a little bit less chaotic, because it seems like Happy always had the right response, whatever he was challenged to so far. But this is gonna be different. Happy knows about it now. Acolyte here sees the Crypt Lord, sees the Fiend. So everything will be a little slower. But yeah, not less interesting.
This strat that VortiX is playing here, we saw yesterday by X-Lord, if you get to the late game, can be very strong, but also early already it has a big power spike. When the Crypt Lord hits level 3 and there's 4 Fiends, it's a really formidable army. The problem is, this army is not good at splitting up. What we saw previously was ghoul groups, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, multiple threats across the map. With ghouls you can do that very well. With Crypt Lord and Fiends, not so much. 2 Fiends by themselves won't do anything outside of being food for ghouls of the enemy and their beetles. So VortiX is gonna move probably in one ball and have a dangerous threat there, and Happy may have an option to just circumvent this strength by playing very run by heavy. Get level 3, spawn beetles, send ghouls around the map, and outmaneuver this spider army of VortiX. That seems quite promising in theory.
As always, when Happy plays a map, the consumable that drops is the greater mana. But guess what? Because what you said, VortiX with the Fiends goes for the Marketplace, grabs it up. That's a huge advantage. On the other side, a little bit of an XP advantage for Happy, who went to the 6 o'clock and now steals the natural of VortiX away.
And here comes VortiX into the main. Doesn't creep level 3 first. He could do that at the enemy green, but actually says hello into Happy's base. And now the question is, what does Happy do? He could TP back, but that might be a tough fight to hold there. The counterattack might be smarter. As I said, these Fiends, you can't split into the groups. You have to keep them all together at the same time. And Happy is going into the enemy main, where there is 0 defense. No towers, no ghouls, nothing.
He needs help. The Acolytes need help. They're being ravaged. It's carnage in the base. If VortiX is not responding, there's the TP. He got level 3 off of Happy's economy, but two acolytes down. Going for the Crypt Lord. Worth to invest in Impale. He would have to give up the big mana potion for it. Can he? Whoa, going for the Haunted.
There's only one acolyte here to repair. He could still kill the acolyte.
Oh my, he needs to force a TP somewhat. New Beetles, Happy, are you winning this game in less than 6 minutes? Just like that? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wow.
He does.
Wow. Happy just always knows exactly what to do. Plays against this strat for the first time ever. Immediately knows its weakness. And 3 minutes later, it's a checkmate.
Yep. That is almost all hope lost. Just like that. Probably the shortest semifinal in DreamHack Warcraft 3 history. We're gonna be done here in less than 45 minutes.
Unless there's a crazy comeback. VortiX.
Come on. What can
you do
VortiX
now?
possibly do?
Is under siege.
He's got 5 Fiends and Beetles. His army is still strong. The problem is he's still very susceptible to run by.
The Beetles are
there's-
attacking the gold mine, man. I'm not even sure if this comes up.
Crypt Lord comes in, looking for the surround. Doesn't get it though. Both Crypt Lords pretty close here to the level 4.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He didn't cancel it. VortiX is broke. VortiX has no income. Happy has 2 gold mines. This is impossible to win. Absolutely impossible.
Yeah, seems like Happy's gonna close it out. Oh, perhaps he's gonna lose his Crypt Lord over here. Another nice surround by VortiX. He's done this many times over now. Very well. But honestly, Happy can afford this. He's even got an Impale. Oh my god, can he fight out? L4?
Of course.
And
This is the
he even
perfect
gets
semifinal.
out.
This is the perfect semifinal. GG. It's all over.